What's up, everybody? It's your boy Natalis Prime back with another video talking about this week 6 loss we took to the Rams. We came back home. We're supposed to win at home, try to get on a little streak, and we failed to do that, largely in part because of our special team couldn't get right from the start, actually, because of course y'all seen me ran back the opening kickoff, hit everybody with the weird spin move, and everybody just stood there in shock and amazement at this move, and he ran up the sideline. I think it was for like 103 yards, something like that. That was crazy. But came right back, and Leonard Fournette 75 yards to the house on the very first play of the game for the Jags. So the first few seconds of the game was real Madden-like, but it slowed down over time, and we just couldn't. We ended up scoring, and for the most part, we were moving the ball. Blake was doing okay. Offensive line gave up like 3 sacks, but we just didn't make the plays that we needed to make. For the most part, we couldn't get in the end zone outside of the 2 times we did, and we just kind of started getting flat, mainly because we were trying to rely on the run game way too much, in my opinion. But at the same time, when you got Mercedes Lewis trying to make one-hand catches on a pass that was almost on point, you know what I mean? It was on point enough for him. He should have been able to at least, lay out and catch it, or get 2 hands on the ball. He wasn't even getting touched. But instead, he tried to make the one-hand grab, bounce it up, and there's Blake's interception for the game. So, and then you had Marquise Lee. He had 83 yards. He did good for the most part. He had a better game than he did the week before, but he still had one down the sideline. Bortles hit him. It was pretty much on point again. You had to meet the man halfway, put some effort in it. He can't, just because he didn't lay it right in, the basket, you could have, went up and tried to catch it. It did hit your hands anyway. And in my opinion, if you're an NFL receiver and it hits your hands, you need to hold on to it, because that's why they pay you the millions. But I'm not a coach, I'm just a fan. But, the defense, they played good. They got 3 sacks. Aaron Colvin had a little fumble recovery off Telvin Smith, forcing the fumble and everything. But once again, the referees come into play and decide to cut the play short and then review it, as opposed to letting the play play out for a second and see what happens and then review it, which left the Jags either, out of good field position or better field position. They had good field position right there. Out of better field position, or possibly the defensive touchdown that, we all were looking for to happen. But that's another story with them referees. Marquise Lee, he got held up pretty decent on a 3rd down in our own territory in front of the refs, and they didn't call the pass interference, which, I would say it led to the punt getting blocked, but special teams not doing the job that special teams is supposed to do, yet again, led to the punt getting blocked, and they scored a touchdown off of it. And not to mention, when they did, let him punt, he ended up with some kind of weird 18-yard punt. And another thing on special teams note, what's his name? Jason Myers. See, I want to forget his name that bad. Jason Myers is missing key field goals, and it's starting to look like a week after week thing. You know what I mean? You thought Blake was inconsistent. He's inconsistent. He's got to go, in my opinion. We can't win clutch games, or we can't feel good that we can't put the kicker out there, because he's going to miss it worse than somebody trying to figure out the buttons on Madden for the first time. So, we got to do something about that, either in the draft or in the free agency when we can. because that's going to be a real problem. So, got to get the kicking right. Special teams got to get right. But anyways, man, like, comment, subscribe. GenJags.com. I'll holler at y'all later.